So once again, good afternoon. I welcome you to, I think this is the third lecture on the quantitative methods in linguistics. Um, so first, let's review um, what we did in the last class. So Vivian, maybe you can just remind us quickly.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So the last class we talked about types of linguistics data classification, which are for nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. We also established that the type of data determines the statistical approach we are going to use. Then we went further to explain each of these classification, where we say nominal deals with count, total frequencies, and percentage. And also in nominal, we do not rank or order, yeah. And we're about to talk about ordinal, which contains everything in nominal, but then in ordinal, we rank or order. Then we gave examples. I would leave the examples and just talk about the four in brief notes. Then we talked about interval, where we say it contains everything in ordinal, which is count, total, frequency, percentage, and ranking, but also it deals with numbers without true zero. And then ratio has everything, and then it has a true zero. So in interval, we have spaces in number, but for ratio, we can identify true zeros. I think this sums this up. Okay, we also identify the fact that in nominal is the lowest level of measurement. Yeah.
That's great. Mercy, is there anything missing uh, from Vivian's no, uh, presentation? Mercy,
Yes, sir.
is anything missing from her narratives?
No, I don't think. I think she captured everything. I don't know. I
Okay.
think she mentioned that ratio data would have like a 0 point, while nominal have minus minus, while zero cannot have minus. For example, what kind of data can have minus now? Temperature. Can we have minus with temperature? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
I
but
hope you are not confusing it. Who is going to help Mercy?
okay.
Yeah, who is going
Okay,
to?
interval.
Yeah, yeah. So, Olowu, are you there? I'm coming to you, Heritage.
Yes, sir.
Olowu, yes.
Yes,
What's
sir.
difference between the interval scale and the ratio scale?
In interval, there is no 2 0 points.
Okay.
Interval does not have data that have 2 0 points.
Yeah.
While in ratio data has equal intervals between consecutive measurements.
Yeah. There was
Example,
a particular example mentioned by Honey. I don't know if you can recollect.
the temperature.
Yeah, she mentioned temperature and maybe another example, which
And
does
syllables. She also mentioned syllables, syllabic
Syllabus,
this
yes.
thing.
Yes, interesting.
syllables. Okay. Do you want to expatiate on that?
She said she gave us a particular sentence and she asked if it was a ratio or an interval, something like that. And then we had like where I was a bit confused because there is no word that there is no zero syllabic word. There is no word that does not have a syllable. It will definitely have one or two syllables. Then she said um the word the particular sentence is a ratio because it's interval because there is no 2 0 points or something like that. can't remember.
So with the example of look counting the number of syllables in a word, can we really have a word without a syllable?
No, sir.
So if we are measuring number of syllables in words, then which measurement level are we talking about? Interval or ratio?
Ratio data.
Well, you said we cannot have
There's no true 0 points in syllable, yes.
so in ratio, do we have true zero?
In ratio, we have intervals and ratios at times.
Do we have true zero in ratio?
Yes, there's a 2 0 points in ratio, yes, sir.
But in interval,
There's
no,
no true 0 points, sir.
no true 0 point. The scale does not have a
0 points, yes, sir.
0 point. So for this measurement of syllables or in words, so where do we categorize it?
I would say interval, sir, because in syllable, you don't have 0 points.
Okay.
Or
So you said the ratio before, so that's why I'm helping you.
ratio, sir. Thank you, sir.
Um, yes, I think we can move on to save time. I know others are afraid of what I will ask next, but I will ask you when we get there. So let's let me share my screen now. So here is our lecture manner, the course manner. So our discussion today will center on the software, the statistical software that we need to be able to do computational and linguistics, particularly to do quantitative analysis. So when we talk about quantitative analysis, that's analysis that based on analyzing numerical data, not analyzing um, non-numerical, but analyzing numerical data. So if you don't have statistical software to do the analysis, it may be nearly very difficult, if not impossible, to do any kind of analysis, particularly if you have to deal with large data. So one of the critical tools for linguistic data analysis is statistical software. And I'm not sure most of you, you must have possibly have one encounter with, or the other with statistical software. But earlier, in the before the advent of computers and so on, we were using calculators, and calculators were used to do you know, even basic data analysis, computing the average, computing the standard deviation. But later, you know, uh, computational tools uh, became more efficient, particularly with the use of computers, the software. So we will go through a number of them and then do few demonstrations just to prepare our mind, to what we actually do when we talk about quantitative analysis. What are the reasons why we need statistical software? Basically, as I said, you want to be able to, when you gather your data, you compile your data, maybe survey data, maybe observed data. Uh, the there will be need to organize the data, uh, prepare the data in a format that can be easily analyzed, and you need the software to be able to do that. Uh, After organizing the data, you need to clean the data. Cleaning the data is to look at uh, inconsistencies in the data and getting rid of errors, that come with the data, either in the process of entering the data into the computer or in the process of transforming the data. So at any stage, right from the collection point to when you enter the data, uh, you know, there could be error, human error, and typing error, and all kinds of errors can come in. So the data has to be clean. How do we clean the data? Yes, there are several techniques and methods which we will talk about in the course of our in this lecture, in this course. Then once the data is cleaned, then we need to do analysis, and generally analysis could require that you conduct statistical tests, you know, like t-test, like ANOVA test, like correlation. Analysis could also involve that you visualize the data, creating images, uh, using images to represent your data. Visualization is uh, so important because uh, it helps even non-experts to make sense from your data with little or no story behind it. So uh, you must learn how to create visuals, how to turn your numbers, your data to fanciful, elegant visuals. So some softwares are also very good when it comes to helping you to interpret and making sense from your analysis, in a clear and speedy manner. So it's always important that in your toolbox, as a linguist, you must be able to get familiar, even be more proficient when it comes to one or two or three statistical software. So that really differentiates you from other uh, who are not computational, who are not in computational linguistics, or who are not researching in the field of computational linguistics. So let's quickly look at some of these popular softwares. The first one is the R, which is free and open. You don't need to pay. You don't buy license to be able to use the software. You can easily download. We are going to even use, that's the one we will use in this class, because other ones you may not have license to use them, but it's good to know they exist. How many of you have used R before? Type yes in the chat menu. If you have used, or let me start with, if you have uh, had any encounter, maybe you, you you use it, or you learn about it, or you in any form had encounter with R. Type yes or no, as the case may be, in the chat menu. Vivian, no. Who else? Heritage, no. Uh, we are the rest. Abdurrashid, no. Kende, no. Interesting. Nearly everybody, no. Even Olas, Soji, no. So, Olowu, everybody. So, that means you will need to work very closely with Honey and Kafayat, because there is little that we will be able to do. Interestingly, we will also use R for our machine learning and other computational courses. So when whatever you learn, in this course will also help you in other courses. So given that nearly all of you have no prior encounter with R, so we are going to take it very slowly with you, but at the same time you need to do a lot on your own, and there are several materials online and even in the course manual that can help you if you devote considerable time to be able to practice. So, but before we go to the hands-on, we talk about R being a programming language designed for statistics and data visualization, and is very, very valuable when it comes to data manipulation and graphics, creating visuals, when it comes to conducting phonetic and psycholinguistic experiments, analyzing, experiment from phonetic from the field of phonetic and psycholinguistics. It's also very good if you want to generate reproducible reports or research that are reproducible. No, you can always use the R markdown. Even this lecture note, I use R markdown to prepare it. Um, Let me even open the R straight away. So this is R Studio that is opening. So if you are going to install R Studio, you must ensure that the first one to install is the R before you install the R Studio. Um, because of time, we won't go through all that process. So you can always use. I hope the screen is a bit clear. It's a bit. I don't know if it's visible. So on this panel, you see R Markdown here, which and other, even R script, different, uh, uh, different R, documents that you can create from R note, R Markdown to even text file to SQL script, so on. So you can use the R Markdown, for instance, to do reproducible report. The why we even recommend it or why we adopt it, as I said earlier, is because it's free to download and use. You could easily just go to your browser and type R software, R software, which you can Google. So you can go to this link, R the R project, the CRAN. This is the R project, and you can go to the this CRAN. You will see the crown mirrors well. Those are databases where you have where you can easily get some packages. But even right on this page, you can download R here. Let me copy the link and share on our chat menu. So for those who want to have immediate access to that, so you can download the R. So, and there are different, the software is regularly updated. The last release, which is R version 4.5.1, was released July 16, just about a month ago. So you could go for the latest or the the immediate version. So get used to this space, and then even here you can learn about R. Take your time to learn about it, and then you can learn about those who contributed to R. why it's even called R. You will get explanation to that here. Why why it is called R. The answer is here. Who were the contributors to, uh, to the software? The answer is here. So let's go back to our lecture note. So it's free to download. That's the point we are making. You need not pay for anything. And there are powerful packages. This is the software, and there are packages. When you click here, there will be some packages that come with your install R, and you can also install new ones that are not in the R base. So yes, that reminds me, once you have installed the R, you also need to browse. You also need to browse and search for R Studio. R Studio. You need to search for R Studio. So particularly the R Studio desktop. So you click that. So it will take you here. And even when you are here, you can have to install the R before you now install the R Studio. It is the R Studio that gives you this interface that you see, which makes it very easy for you to interact, with R. So let me copy that link and share with you also. So let me just copy and paste in the chat menu. So great. So let's come back to the lecture manual. So there are powerful packages, for doing, or for carrying out several tasks, in linguistics, not only in linguistics, in other disciplines, in other fields of study, whether medical, engineering, different. So these are packages available. And if they are not here, you can just click install and search for any of them. I mentioned I mentioned this package, tidyverse. So let's say it's not there, you can just type tidyverse, and it will give you suggestions, and you can now say install. If I click install now, once you have internet connection, you can see it to install. And if you search for it here, tidyverse, so it's already there. This is it. So you can see it here. So easily install and load the tidyverse. So the version install is 2.00. There are other packages. This is text mining, tidy text. Text mining using DPNYR, ggplot2, and other tidy tools. We might use some of these packages later. So You need to get familiar with with the R environment, with the packages, and then the other beautiful thing is that it works well with linguistic data, and where you have uh, large text documents, corpora, you can easily work with them. Uh, my people are good at that, honing and co. So the beauty of it, when you look at the difficulty level, uh, so the difficulty level is considered to be medium, which implies that you require, you know, uh, learning commands. So you will need to be able to write, commands like this to be able to perform whatever task you want to perform. Even these days, you could be assisted with a number of artificial intelligence tools. Chat GPT could assist you write, you know, codes that you can use to run your analysis. It's not a crime. Then uh, we are coming back to R, but let me quickly talk about three other software. SPSS. How many of you have heard about SPSS or had encounter with SPSS? I want to believe that. Type yes if you have had encounter. I want to believe that most of you will have used SPSS, or at least nobody is. Type yes or no in the chat menu. Quickly, time is going. Yes, nobody is typing, nobody is responding. Have you had encounter with SPSS? Okay. Vivian, yes. Heritage, no. Mercy, no. Mercy, yes. Candid, no. SAG, no. Interesting. Okay. Uh, Quite majority of you also, but the SPSS is menu driven, is menu based, and is often used by social scientists and educationists. So it's good for surveys and questionnaire analysis. You can do a lot of ANOVA analysis of variance, correlation, and regression stuff in SPSS. So unlike R, where you need to write commands, you really don't need to write commands in SPSS. I know some of you would like that, but you have to pay for that software. If that, so it's not free. It's not free. But in terms of the difficulty level, it's very easy. It's just for you to point and click at the interface and you get your results. So that's why most people enjoy it. But with the kind of stuff we do in computational linguistics, uh, you might need to be able to write command to be able to execute based on your need, not general need or pre design module. But you can, you know, uh, you need you can be uh, you need a more flexible environment like R to be able to do uh, things that are peculiar to your research uh, need. The other, the third software is Starter. I don't know if any of you also have had encounter with that. I'm not too sure. So this is Starter. Uh, this is, I'm going to open my Starter now. So this is the Starter window. This is the way it looks like. Uh, but it's also a licensed software. This is my own now, which will expire in 2026. But to get this, you have to pay heavily to be able to have access. The beauty of this is these are different things you can do in Starter. So it's also very comprehensive in terms of coverage, uh, but is mostly used by those in economics, sociology, well, also those in applied linguistics, they use it. And when you have panel data or survey data, it can be so effective. You can easily do a lot of stuff with panel data. So you 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 I think you see survey data analysis here. That's very uh, you know extensive. And then you see longitudinal panel data here. That's also quite extensive. Different kinds of statistical econometric models can also be executed in Starter. It's good. Again, you can write, command. You can write command like we did here. So you can create a do file, for instance, and write lines of command to be able to execute uh, your task. So the last one is Python. Python is a general purpose programming language. Most people also prefer to use Python for text analysis, natural language processing, machine learning for language models. Yes, you will even find at a point, maybe even in machine learning also, or even in the quantitative analysis, we might have to use Python. So there are very rich libraries like Panda, Matplotlib, you know, Scikit-learn, and NLTK. So you can also process large corporate documents. You can use it to build linguistics apps. So these are four major statistical softwares, just to let you know about them, but you are also encouraged to uh, get familiar with them. You know, whatever you do in one, you can also try it in the other if you want to be that inquisitive. Now, let's focus on the R. I've given you the uh, the link to download. I have given you this link. So if you have this, you can just copy this link and go there. So from this link, you will download R, and then from this link, you can download the R Studio. Or you go to R Studio, and then you'll be able to download both the R and the R Studio. Make sure you download the correct, the one that is applicable to your operating system. I think in this part of the world, most of us use the Windows. So make sure you install the Windows version of the softwares. So once you install, you are possibly going to have something like this. So this will be the interface. Well, if I close everything here now, and I clear everything like this, then what you have might just be so plain like this. I can also clear everything here so that it looks brand new. The environment may not look like this. You can always come here to change, come to tools, and then go to global option and try different appearances. This is one appearance. This is another. This is another. You can have different appearances. This is one. So you choose the one you want. So, let me be sure of the one I have now before I. So the one I have right now, I think is solarized dark. If I go for tomorrow and I apply, it will change the background, change everything completely. So let me go back to my solarized and apply, and then click OK. I'm just showing you that, not that we have time to do all of that. So usually you have this, this is the interface, and you can always move this thing around or collapse as the case may be, or expand based on your interest. You can also change the appearance, but to suit your preferences or interest, you can change it anyhow as you wish. But what I want to simply do before I leave you with Kafayat and honey is to see how we use this software to do simple, to introduce you rather to analysis, to do basic statistical analysis. Look at this data, for instance. This data is phonetic data, which is collected, though generated. I simulated the data, so it is data from 20 individuals, taking the agenda, and then the vowel, and then the duration in millisecond, and then the pitch. So these were the recorded measurements. For the first person who happened to be a male, so for this vowel, this was the duration, and this was the pitch. For the second female, uh, for the vowel I, this was the duration and this was the pitch, and so on and so forth. So there are 20 of them, and this represents the phonetic measurements from the 20 participants. So this is usually the way you arrange your data. This is the way you need to store your data. So the point here is that if you have your data like this, you will need to move the data to the R environment. So I'm going to share the data with you on the Google Classroom so that you can also practice with it. Then already you before you do anything, make sure the data is saved as a CSV file. So all you need to do is to go to File and say Save As, then locate where you want to save the data. My own, I'm saving it in this folder. So locate where you want to save it. So this is it. But make sure that the file type that you use is CSV, delimited. So there are other file types that you have there: Excel workbook, Excel macro, enable workbook, and so on. But make sure the one you selected is this delimited CSV file, so you can save it as uh, CSV. It's already there in my own, but so you just click save, so I don't need to save again. So make sure it has this .csv extension, very important, and know the working folder where your data is stored. So once you know that, then the next thing to do once you open your R Studio is to set your working directory. And to set your working directory, always come to the session menu and then come to set working directory and then choose working directory. The directory is where your is the address, telling out where your document, your working document, where they are saved or where they are stored. So you must know the address and the path to the location. So if I click choose, then I will look for that. I know the address is in my is here, and then is in this CLNP folder. It may not be the same thing as your own, but you must know where your own is located. So the data I want to use is here. So, and then once I click the folder where the data is located, I can say open. Automatically, this is the working directory. So you see a message here saying, I've set, this set means set working directory. You have set your working directory to this part: users, user, OneDrive, CLN, NLP, Qtbook. So that's, if you come here now, you will even see all the files in that folder, including the one that I'm even interested in. So you will see, once you come to this section, you see files, provided you have set the working directory. So this helps the it helps R to locate your file easily. So now I need to open the text file, the R code, which I've written specially and saved in this folder. So I can just click open, and it will take me to this folder straight away. So if I click open now, you see it's taking me there. No, because I've set the working directory to say this is the folder where all the files I want to use for my stuff, is located. So I can open this, and I open. This is now the script file that I want to open. And this is the one we want to do business with. As I told you, our interest for now is just to demonstrate to you, uh, you know, how this software is used for analyzing linguistic uh, data. You know. So it's not going to be so deep because most of the things we will still repeat them. But I just want to take you through this, prepare your mind, make it a bit friendly. And so the data we are using, which I explained earlier, is simulated, is artificial. So you could make your own natural by performing the experiment, asking people, and then taking these measurements. By the way, how do we measure vowel duration, heritage?
So,
How do we
uh,
measure vowel duration?
we can measure vowel duration by using quantitative analysis.
No, okay, suppose you want to conduct experiment, among us now, and you
Yes.
want to measure how we pronounce her, he, ho, who. Is there any instrument for measuring that?
Yes, sir. We use Pratt in linguistics.
You use what?
Pratt, Praat.
P R.
AAT.
Okay. I don't know. Let me type it and search for it. P
Oh,
R P R
No, AAT. Praat.
P R
Yes, R.
uh-huh,
Yes, A
A
A
A
T.
T. Okay. Is it an app?
it's a software.
Um, it's not an app per se. It's like a software that we use in calculating vowel length, basically sound length though,
Okay.
but more vowels.
Okay. So you people, you are familiar with it, isn't it?
Yes, so maybe for the people who did some phonetics, I
Okay.
used different software, for mine, for phonology. So,
Okay.
so
So even from the description provided here, Pratt is a computer program for phonetics, offering speech analysis, synthesis, listening experiments, and manipulation, including spectral, pitch, and format. So it can be used to to generate a lot of data, true of us, about vowel, any. I'm asking you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, uh, so if you generate those data based on Pratt, then you can analyze. You can
Sorry,
analyze.
sir. We don't use Pratt to generate per se. We
Oh,
use Pratt to analyze basically. So if there is a recorded voice, like a statement
okay,
between two persons, let's say a male and a female says the
okay,
same word, right? We want
okay.
to check the length of vowels in the male and the length of vowel in the female data. So we use Pratt to measure the length of those sounds.
That's what I'm saying. But you will read the data the way we read the data here.
Y- yes, I believe duration, pitch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
yes. So
you are coming with numbers. Are you not coming up with numbers?
no, rather than with numbers, we would
Yes.
only see that there's a word. You only see the picture. You'd only just see the picture, and it will show. Olasoji. It
So
will show.
how do we now get these figures uh, from an individual? If I want the duration of the vowel for this individual and the pitch for this individual.
Sir, we actually come up with sort of numbers like wavelengths. So if you go to Google, you see the image. So it is wavelength. So there's
That's what
some sort of
that's
numeric attachment to it.
that's what I'm saying now. If you go to images now, you are likely going to see the wavelength, right? And then
Yes.
you will be able to read. There will be there will be data that will be used to uh, yes, there will be data. I think it will generate data. I've not used it. That's why I thought most of you are quite familiar with it. So, but just to let you know that uh, numbers are generated, and then about vowel duration, about vowel pitch from different individuals, and this can be analyzed, and that's what we want to do in R now. So we are bringing this data that is in Excel, no, in the CSV format. We are bringing it now to the R environment. So first, to read the data, you will need to load this library called read.r. Sometimes it comes with, is I think is in the base R. So so is there read rectangular text data. That's the package. So with that package, you'll be able to read your data because it's in text document or is in CSV rectangular uh, form. So you load the R, and once you load and there is no error, you clap for yourself. Then the next line is to read the data from the location where it is. So this is what this command is saying. Go and look for this data simulated. I showed you before. So it will come here, look for this data simulated underscore linguistic underscore data set with .csv extension, and then all the springs will be taken as factors. By the way, before we move on, what type of data is gender in this data? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. What type of data is the gender?
Ordinal, sir.
Who is talking? Heritage.
Heritage, sir.
So I'm going to deduct 1 million. No.
So that is nominal, sir.
Network. Oh.
For saying ordinal. Who is you are only mean even after your graduation. That's the point. Yes.
Ha.
Who is what type of data is this? Anybody?
Kind said no, nominal.
Nominal. So let's clap for her. So it's nominal. Why is it nominal? Why is it nominal? Why is it everybody is quiet again?
Because, sir, because there is no ranking one, so the data that
Yeah,
we can only perform on it is count and total.
because there are just two categories and they are not ordered. Male,
Yes, sir.
female. They are just two categories. Male, female. So and they are unordered, they are not ordered, they are not ranked. You know. What about fuel? What what type of data is vowel?
Also nominal.
Yes. What's your
No.
argument?
It's also not ordered. I counted A, I, E, O, U, then E, A, U, O, U, then U, I, A, E. You know, there's no order. I've seen that there's no order in it.
No order, no rank. Excellent.
No.
So I've cancelled your debt now. So you
Thank you, sir.
are debt free. What about duration and pitch? Duration and pitch.
Interval.
Who is talking? Who is talking? That person
Somebody said
is too
maybe Vivian.
I think
I I said interval, sir.
what's your argument?
Oh, because there can be a less 0 point, like there's no true 0 points. So it could be between spaces like that, numbers between spaces and all that.
If you say there is no true zero for duration, you mean that there will always be a duration for pronouncing any of these vowels. Is that what you are saying? Or one could even pronounce these vowels at no duration at all.
Okay, so that means it should be ratio. If you're saying that when one is silent, it means that that's the 0 points. Then when something is altered, then there's a duration. So that's ratio.
Although when it comes to, you are correct, when it comes to analysis, usually the kind of analysis we do with interval are about the same analysis you will be able to do with ratio. So we treat them the same way. Ratio and interval, we treat them the same way, except maybe in very few cases. Is that okay? So For gender, nominal. For vowel, nominal. Duration and pitch, interval stroke ratio. You can say, can even take the two as ratio, so no problem with that. So let's now go back to our R. So we simply make sure that what we are saying here is that these ones that are not in numeric, so we are telling R to convert them to what we call factors. So it will assign value to male, maybe 1 to male, 2 to female, 0 to male, 1 to female, so that it will understand. That's what factor means. Because if that is not done, it will be difficult for R to do any analysis that are not numerical. So we will talk more about factors. So these ones are called string. Male, because they are in text, so we say they are in string. These are string. But these ones are in numbers. They are numeric values. So once we do that, then it will read the data and save it as linguistic, shortened as link data. So we can run this. So this function will help us to see the first six observations. So we use head to see the first 6. So this is the first 6. So we have brought the data now to the R environment. So if we want to see the last, we will use tail function. So you learn about that later. So we can also use the str function to view the structure of the data. This is what we mean. So it tells you that the data is in data frame format, and then there are 20 observations, 5 variables. So those variables are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Speaker, gender, vowel, duration, pitch. Those are the 5 variables. And the 5 variables are also listed here: speaker, gender. So you will see speaker is now is integer. So which means is integer is counting number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's saying speaker 1, speaker 2. Gender now has been converted to factor according to the instruction given. So which means there are 2 levels. So female and male. That's why female is given 1, male is given, female is given 2, male is given 1. So, and then for vowel, there are 5 levels there: A, E, O, and so on like that. And they are also given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, respectively. Duration is already read as number, so pitch is also read as numbers. So this is what we call the internal structure of the data. The internal structure. So you will repeat when you are on your own, try to reproduce this result with this command. and try to also listen to this video to be able to understand what is going on. Then you can view the data straight from the RStudio if you use this function view. So if I run it, you will even see the data here, just as you have it in Excel here. So you have the data here. Let me go back here. Then you can now begin to summarize and describe the data. First of all, let's summarize the statistics. So this is the summary. This is the summary telling us that speaker, you know, is from 1 to 20. So 1 is the minimum, 20 is the maximum, median is 10.5, mean is 10.5, but you really don't need all of that. For the gender, is saying summary, there are 6 females, and for male, there are 14. You can easily see summary there. For the vowels, there are 3 A's, there are 3 E, 3 I, and 7 O, 4 U. And then because they are, that's why, because they are nominal. When they are nominal, you can only see the frequency. But when they are interval or number or ratio, then you can talk about minimum. This is the minimum duration. This is the maximum duration. And then for the pitch, this is the minimum, this is the maximum pitch. So we can continue the rest of the analysis. If we want to do something fairly interesting, we can install another package which is called the pitch, PSYCH, to help us do some other beautiful stuff. So it's installed now, but I've installed it. You can also, anytime you see hash used, that means that line is not, it's just a comment. So it's not executable, it's not a line for execution, rather is comment. So we can now load the library, use the describe function better this time around. So anyone you see star, it means they are nominal or they are factors. So they are factors. So for speaker, which is the number 1 variable, there are 20 observations there. This is the mean, and so on and so forth. And then you can have more information, the standard deviation, the median, the trimmed, this is the mean absolute deviation. You get more information, even including standard error, compared to what you get when you use the summary function that we previously used. So let's quickly move to other interesting things that we always love to do when it comes to data, bringing it to visualizing the data, bringing it to life, so that people can understand and appreciate, the information that you are trying to communicate. For instance, we could visualize the histogram of the duration. So This is the histogram. I can zoom it, and it tells us on the x-axis here, you see the duration, and then here you see the frequency, which means those the duration 110 to 120, that's where you have most of the vowels, about roughly 7 of the vowels are, get the are pronounced within the duration interval of 110 and 120. And then the lowest, I mean, of course, the only one vowel is pronounced within the duration of 140 and 150. So that's how you quickly make sense from that data. Then you could also use what we call box plot to see how gender, you can see the distribution of the female, the median duration for the female, vowel duration is a little bit above 130, which is much higher than the median for the male. So for the male, the median is even below 150. You can see here, that's the maximum for female. This is the minimum for female. The maximum for female is much higher than the maximum for male. And so also the minimum for female is much higher than the minimum for male. So this is vowel duration by gender, and you can easily compare across gender. So that's how we use visualizations to make good sense. And when it comes to looking at relationship between pitch and duration, we can see something interesting, pattern here, that it appears that when look at it, when the pitch is around around 100, then the duration is also around 100. But when the pitch, for instance, increases to about 250, you can see that the duration also comes to around 130 something. So we see this positive kind of relationship between the pitch and the duration. So this is what we call scatter plot, which shows relationship between variables. And finally, we can talk about bar plot. Bar plot here now shows that the vowel O has more appears more in the data. So whereas the rest appear 3 times. So this is the frequency. The A appears 3 times, E 3 times, I 3 times. Of course, U appears 4 times. So remember, this is 3 plus 3, that's 6, plus 3, that's 9. This is plus 7, so that's 16, and then plus 4, that's 20. So that's how we sum up to the number of speakers. So this is a simple demonstration of how software helps us to make sense from our linguistic data. So to learn more, look at the manual chapter 3, and I will also post this particular data as well as the code for you to practice. So I will stop here for Kafayat and Hodney to make their contributions. Any question? Any question? Any question?
Sir, I have a question, but Kafaya can address it, I think.
Okay, so if you prefer that, I also like that. So Kafayat, you take the bullet for me.
Thank you very much. Heritage of Vivian, is that you?
It's Vivian. Hi, Kafaya.
Good evening.
So,
Good evening.
good evening. Yeah, good evening. So, majority
All right.
of what Prof showed now using R Studios, right? This data can also be expressed using Excel sheets and Power BI, like almost everything, right? If you are good with Excel, you can achieve almost everything with it. So my question is, what is the specialty of R to computational linguistics if we have, other software like Excel, which is not computational linguistics inclined and can actually analyze our data like this?
Yes, very good question, Vivian. But before I answer your question, I would like to suspend that till after the exercise. Let's treat the exercise we have next in the manual for now. So I'll come back to your questions, Vivian. Is that fine? But I hope you get the answers during the
My
exercise.
Perhaps I will, but then let's see.
So
So
if you don't, we'll come back to it. Don't worry.
okay, all
But
right.
kindly remind me after the lesson. Yes. Thank you. So let's go to the exercise. I'll share my screen now. All right. So can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So all right. I'd like everyone to participate in this aspect and then ask questions if you can as possible. So the first one says match its software packages which the type of linguistic analysis it best supports. The first one is R. We have XPSS, we have Stata and Python. So with the list in front of each, drag and drop interface widely used for corpus and text analysis. For the first one, A, which one do you think is best? So if anyone would like to answer, just unmute and intercept. So which one do you think is best?
For Python, we have widely used for corpus and text analysis.
Can you justify your answer? Vivian, is that you?
Yes, it's me. So
Okay.
even though there are other things that Python can do based off what Prof taught us this evening, that is what
Okay.
we streamlined Python to this evening. So Python can be used for several other analysis if you want me to name them, but I don't think we have time.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Like Prof mentioned, packages like and Python has a wide library that can assist with this, such as the NLTK. Prof mentioned the NLTK line library earlier. right? So I'd like to add that R can also do this for corpus and text analysis, but you need some special packages to achieve the same process that Python will achieve. Do you get that? So who else will answer the question for us? Drag and drop. I think the corpus and text is out already.
For SPSS,
But
that's
do we have
the
names this class? Do you have any male in this class? I think since morning, only the females have been speaking. We have Rashid.
Our humble class rep.
Are you not a male?
And
Rashid is here.
Rashid also. I don't know why you've
Yes,
not said
I'm
anything out.
having bad network, that's why.
Yes. Okay. But now that you're back, I want to hear your voice. All right. So who's next?
Okay. I would say SPSS. I think um this drag and drop interface for social science analysis.
Okay.
For social science analysis. So I think that's good for SPSS because what Prof told us that it's for statistical package for the social sciences.
So why not data? Why not R? Why not Python?
Yeah, I'm saying. I think it's good for survey, so that's
Yes,
why.
you are correct. SPSS is good for survey. It's best for drag and drop interface for social analysis and social science analysis. Why? Because data, R, and Python, they are code-based software. You need to type your code that, and sometimes to do all this kind of analysis in all this code-based software might be kind of taxful, not easy. Let me put it that way. So you are correct, Abresh. Thank you. So who is next? I've not heard from Kendi. Also Ezeji, Heritage.
Yes, I'm looking at.
Hello, the scatter. Hello, can I talk now?
Yes, I'm with you.
Hello,
Yes,
okay.
go ahead, please.
I think the scatter is for the general purpose software for applying economics and earth science. The starter.
Yes, you are correct, but justify your answer. We already said SPSS can handle social science analysis. So it can handle complex analysis in economics or econometrics. And Python and R require more setup for packages software, like I mentioned earlier. So thank you very much, Kendi. So who is next?
I
The
think
last
I'll
one
do R.
is
This
yes.
is I'll do R for script-based platform with powerful visualization libraries. Yes, just like what Prof has also shown us that we can use, R for bar charts, for histogram, pie chart. We can use that data using R to project, visualization.
Yes, exactly. So let's move to the next one. And this aspect, I think Prof has already done this. So for our assignment, that will be to practice what Prof has done at home and then submit your output on the Google Classroom. So we are going to post that in the Google Classroom. And Prof also said he will release the data and the codes for you to practice. So that will be your next assignment. All right, let's move to number 3. Identify the tool for each of the tasks. So the first one here is plotting vowel format values in a scatter plot. So which one do you think is best? R, SPSS, data, and Python. Anybody?
R is
R
better.
should be used.
Yes.
Why R? Why not SPSS? Why not data and Python?
R has visualization whatsoever, as Prof showed.
Yes. Yes. Python also has visualization, SPSS has, data has, all this software has visualizations. So, but something is special to R is the packages which are used to plot this. It is not much easy to use compared to others. For example, SPSS has visualizations, but it's not as much as R. And it has this limited flexibility to deal with. The Stata as well has visualizations, but it's rarely used in aspect of linguistic, and it has no libraries to go to an extent to which R can go. And also Python has powerful visualizations, but R is best when it comes to linguistic, phonetics, and the likes, due to the packages it has. So the next one is logistic regression. Who is helping us with this?
That should be starter.
Why starter?
Um, I
Yes,
can't really tell, but I think that it is great for logistic regression and advanced models.
yes, you are correct. Starter can be used for logistic regression, but I'll say SPSS is best. Why? Because mostly in social sciences, SPSS can do almost all, if not all, of this analysis with less, let me say less hard work. Like Prof mentioned earlier, that SPSS is much easy to use. You just have to pay to use it. But in Stata, you are going to write codes to achieve your logistic regression. Likewise in R and Python. Exactly. So that's why SPSS is best. R can also do logistic regression, so is Stata and Python. But with SPSS, you just have to drag, point, click, drop. So I hope that is clear. Now the next one is
Hi,
reproducible.
Kafayat, I raised my hand. I'm sorry. I want to ask a question.
Okay.
So are we looking at which one is easier to use, or are we looking at, because the question here is very subjective, or are we looking at, we can use this particular software to do this, and then we justify our point. So when you say commonly used, like what I commonly use or what I use always can differ from what someone else prefer to use and always use. So what is the objective that we're looking at with this question? That's my question.
Yes, the objective is in this case is commonly used in linguistic. And by commonly used, this can be synonymous as easily used or most easy to use. I don't know if you get that. So the objective is which one is the easiest to use and is most commonly used, especially when it comes to linguistic or quantitative analysis or phonetic analysis. Do I answer your question, Vivian?
Yes, so you're saying where we see commonly used, we should interpret as easily used.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the next one, reproducible analysis.
I'll choose C. R, sorry. I'll choose R.
R, why R?
Yes, because it works well with linguistic data and corpora, and it's reproducible. And let me see, it's great for data manipulation.
Yes, you are correct. Or it's either R or Python,
Okay.
because both of them works with scripts. But by saying R, you are right, because R is easy to use and is even the most commonly used in this aspect when it comes to reproducible analysis. So R is fine. The next one is processing large-scale text corpora using NLP. So who is helping us with this?
Python.
Python, yes. So with libraries like NLTK that Prof mentioned earlier, you can achieve this. So we've come to the end of the exercise. Now, Vivian, to your question, does that answer your question, or we still need to clarify some?
No, it doesn't answer my question because, like I said
I'm
earlier,
trying to insert some.
I had just a question, not some questions. So my question was, everything that Prof did on R, I personally can, reproduce those things on Excel or Power BI. So what is the specialty or the special, yeah, the specialty with R when it comes to linguistics data?
Okay, maybe I can come in here.
Okay, sir.
So if you say you can reproduce, I would love to see you reproducing all of them in Excel and also in Power BI. That would be fantastic. But again, that is not all that we will do in quantitative methods. There are still other things like inference, so which you are not likely to be able to do in Power BI. You might still be able to do them in Excel. So, but when we started, we said one, Power BI is not free. Even if you have free version or trial version, fine. But R is open source and available for you for free. So that's one. We are not even here to say one is better than the other or so on. It's about what is available for you and what is flexible in terms of usage. Your Power BI is also more like drag and drop. There are other ones I can even, I use Looker Studio and so on. It's like drag and drop. But R allows you to be able to do what you can be unique in your analysis. You can choose what you want to do. You can design what does not even exist in any module or in any of those software before. So don't take it as if we are trying to say this one is better. In fact, what most of the things you will do in Starter, you will be able to do in SPSS. So they have common features. There are many things that are common to all of them, but you don't need to know all of them. So I can choose some because, well, that's cheaper for me to use in terms of my computational cost. Or I'm choosing this because it's flexible. I can write my command without depending on the menu, the already the tailored menu, modules that have been done there, and so on like that. So those are the factors that drive our choices. It's not necessarily about. There are many things you will do in Excel that you can still do in R, but there are many things in R you won't be able to do in Excel. It's only maybe we have not yet gotten to that point.
Thank you very much, sir, for the response.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. So I'll leave the floor for Miss Oni to round up the class.
Okay, good evening once again, everyone. So we are going to quickly answer the multiple choice questions. So while Mrs. Kafaya was having a session, I was trying to create polls so that we can just click on our answer. So I would launch those polls now, and wherever we are able to get to, I will read the rest. Are we okay with that? Do we understand what we have to do? Hello, do we understand what we have to do? Hello?
Yes, oh, sorry, maybe it was the network. I think I understood. You said you create a poll and then all of us can just drop our answers there.
You just click on the answer. I'm going to send each of the questions to you. So it's like you're answering a multiple choice question, naturally.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you can see the first one. Can you see the poll?
I have not seen
Go
mine.
to your is it meeting tools now, your activity icon?
Activities. Okay, pause. One active. All right. Okay.
Okay. Is there here other responses too? Are you able to locate where it is? Okay, so we have 7 active. Let's answer those 7 and we'll call it a day. How many students do we have in the class? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm expecting 6 votes each for each question. I'm waiting for others. Wow, we have like 3 or 4 people active in the class. Please, I'm waiting for us. Okay, still waiting. Okay.
Hi, honey.
Okay,
Hi.
yeah.
Please, I don't understand the number 6 question.
Question 6. Okay, is it the question that says, what is the function in R used to display?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I think probably the class did not get there. So it's one of the functions, or let me say code in R.
We don't know that.
So will it be free?
You are going to treat that.
Like bonus, that will be bonus, Abby.
Okay, it's going to be bonus.
Okay, number 7.
Okay, I think we should have enough votes now. All right. So I'm going to end the vote now. End the poll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so I think the questions that is the most confusing is the number 6, which is which is the function in how we used to display the first few rows of a data set. So the function is the head command, the head. So when you want to check the first 6 rows of a data set in R, you use that head command. If you want to check the last 6 rows of the data set, you use the tail command. So I'm sure as you get familiar with R, you are going to be really conversant with some of these functions because you use them most of the time. Okay, let me see another question that is, okay. Question 1, I think just one person got it wrong. Open source software and widely used for statistical computing and graphics is R. Even our lecture today have stated that already. Then question 2, everyone got it right. Question 3, everyone got it right. Question 4, oh, wow, everyone got it right. Okay, then we are back to question 5. We have a bit of variation with the answers. Question 5 is, which of the following is not a common feature of R? Which of the following is not a common feature of R? All right, so I think I would leave the floor open. Let me hear why we have different views. In fact, 3 different options. So please, who want to defend his or her answer?
I chose extensive statistical packages because I believe that Python and SPSS would take more what's the statistics word to use? would take more linguistic data and
okay, Vivian.
Yeah, so I didn't think that it is open source license because it's free. I didn't think that it is built in graphical because, of course, we saw different visualization when Prof was using it. And also, it has packages that we can install or uninstall when we use. So, if it is free, it does not have community contributed ads. I feel ads on would be adverts. I don't know if I'm wrong or right. So that's why I go with D. So free, no adverts also, or community contributed ads on.
Commonly contributed adverts. Okay, do we have any other person that wants to say something? Okay, so as we all know, R is open source and it has open source license. You can always use it. Then it also have a GUI, graphical user interface. Also, you can use it for extensive statistical packages. I'm not sure, I think it was, is it Vivian that talked about extensive statistical packages? Yes, R can be used for. In fact, just think of any statistical analysis you want to do. You can use R. So And for the argument about the commonly contributed add-on, yeah, if the add-on is if you're talking about adverts, yes, there isn't adverts and all of that. But if we are talking about add-on, if we are talking about maybe libraries or packages, yes, we always have a consistent update of libraries or packages in R. So I think the add-on is not adverts. I think the add-on is maybe libraries that have been updated. Yes. So for the answer, I'm thinking that there should be an option that should be none, because all of these are features in R. But if we want to stand by the word common feature, then the built-in GUI will not be stated as a common feature in R. All right, then question 6, we've treated that. Then question 7, we all got that one right. CSV, a CSV file. Well done. So is there any question? Is there any question so that we can call it a day?
I'm good.
All right, thank you very much. I think same goes for others as well. So thank you very much for today's class. Then there is the Thursday machine learning class. Is same time. Let's ensure to be in the class on time, and let's make sure that we tidy up all of our assignments. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Okay.
please, very quickly. We don't have any assignments for machine learning Thursday. No.
You don't have any assignment yet, okay? No problem.
Is there any assignment for Thursday?
No, I don't think so. You can check your classroom if you have assignments.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so if there are no other questions, we would like to call it a day. Thank you very much for joining today's class. See you next week. See you on Thursday and next week Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you for helping. Bye.